Adrian.
Hi, I'm Angela.
And we're
Black Women in Europe.
Oh, it took 1,000 tries, but we got
we managed to do it. Hey, Black Women in Europe podcast listeners, we're back for season 2.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
we talked to a lot of people, mainly in Europe, but because we're from the US, we've got strong ties there too. And we talked to a couple fantastic people there. And we just thought we'd give you a sneak peek because we've missed you and we can't wait to see what we've got for season 2.
Yeah, that's
Angela
right.
did the first episode on her own, though. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. I forgot.
That's okay.
I'm sure
that's okay. We talked to Joseph in the US, and we talked about the upcoming election in November in the US and how important it is to vote. Plus a lot of other things too.
I really like Joseph. He's a character. I'm so disappointed I didn't make that one, but we were together when we talked to Savannah.
Yeah.
Savannah. She is she came on my radar when she did a workshop for the Federation of American Women's Clubs overseas. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but she's a musician. And don't you remember she had me crying, or was it you? Somebody had me crying in that episode.
Yeah, that was her. She had you crying, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's not like she's mean, no, but it was something. I had a breakthrough or something.
It was a kind of an emotional episode. We've actually had a couple of those for this season. So yeah, you're gonna get us at all levels, up, down. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. And then we talked to the third episode is Dr. Toki, and she's in Germany when she's not in the US, or in the US when she's not in Germany. I know she's a former, you're not a former anything, but she's a power lister. She's a Black woman, you're a power lister. And I know at that time she was in Germany, and she was doing something really interesting, like cultural architect or cultural economist.
That was amazing.
I remember you were like, Dag, I could see studying this, or like she was inspirational on a lot of levels. So that conversation is going to be interesting. And then someone that I know when I first met her, I admired her so much. Her name is Iris. I learned later that she's Cuban and made a fantastic life for her in Sweden. And I met her at I met her at a life sciences event when I had a client, and she knew everyone and was working the room, and she's got a science background, and she's got a fascinating story. So I'm so glad that Iris came and talked to us. And then, ta-da, that's going to roll us into what? Into October.
October, which is Black History Month in Europe.
Yay. So we're doing our 2022 Black History Month special. We didn't do one. We didn't have our acts together to do one last year. So we're doing one this year. We're hoping to have several special guests drop some knowledge. What do the young people say? Drop some knowledge on us, or I don't know.
Well, I don't know what they say, but that's probably not it.
That's probably not. But we're going to have some guests come and talk to us about something, maybe some unusual Black History Month. I don't want to say facts, but people that we may not have read about, traditionally read about. Yeah.
That's right. And then there was Antonella from Italy, and wow, she was really fabulous. She's a politician and I can't remember what area she's in.
But you know what? I remember we were like, we actually get to say ciao for like.
Yes, that's right. That's right. We get to say ciao because she's Italian and mean it.
And you can say ciao Bella. She was beautiful, inside out, smart, inspiring, talented. We're not going to want to miss that one. And then Leah, you weren't with me for this one. See, I don't know. I know I had technical difficulties, I think, with Joseph, but this time I think we had a scheduling conflict, but it's okay because too. And Lee came and talked with me, and I can't remember how I know about her, but she is from the States. She has a European connection through her family, through her husband and daughter, but doing amazing work in Africa, living the wonderful expat life all over the places. She's in one of my networks. So we talked about that. I think this is a great episode for anyone who's thinking or wondering, what can you do with a law degree? you know, Law and Order. My favorite show that Angela hates. You know, and it's not about just being in the courtroom. It's not about just being a defense attorney. It's not about, you know, so she's taken her law degree to unimaginable heights and places, I think. So that's a very interesting episode. And then we have Zana.
That's right.
In the UK. Now, Zana, when I started Black Women Europe, like 16 years ago, Zana was probably one of the first people that came in my network because she's been holding it down in the UK since at least before then. She's written books and does a lot of, she's very inspirational. So we've got her on to talk about, gosh, who knows what we're talking about with Zana. It could be anything, one of her publications or the state of what's going on in the UK, because she's very aware of that, even though she's from the US, but pretty sure she's from the US, but she's been in the UK at least as long as I've been in Europe.
Wow.
Right. So that's,
wow.
And then we have Chanel, and she's in Paris. She has a perfect name, doesn't she?
Yes, to be in Paris for sure.
And she's another sister who's a lawyer and can show you. And
that's
remember,
right. She was the my immigration lawyer. So that's really an important episode for sure.
That's an important episode. And I remember you were like, dang, I wish I knew you then because I did a lot of things wrong. I mean,
yeah, I did everything wrong. I did everything wrong when I moved to Europe.
so this is good for advice and if you need help. And she's got I believe her offices in the US and in Europe. So if you need expertise, and I believe one of her partners is African. So they've got you covered. And then, we talked to sweet LINNEA. LINNEA is Swedish American, and she came on we did some grassroots political organizing, I should say, get out the voter registration work together. And she brought people to vote. And she is in Paris studying. So we get to see Paris through these young little lenses and talk about how it is to be Swedish American in Paris. Her father's African American, and her mother's not, is the Swedish link. So she's got, she's got interesting experiences. I was hoping she was gonna come to Howard, and she got accepted to Howard University, but then it was a pandemic and I don't think she got a full scholarship, and she's in Paris, and I ain't mad at her, happy for her.
Yeah, and yes, and then we talked to TWANNA, our sex
child, that our resident sexpert in Lisbon, and that was we couldn't do it in one episode. You did the second
we
part.
had to do 2 episodes with her
without me. Yeah, so TWANNA, there's going to be 2 episodes with TWANNA, and then we close it out for the year. If you were last year, we did a Christmas episode with dear Andy.
Yes, friend of the pod, Andy.
Yes, friend of the pod.
Yeah, it's going to be even better than last time. We all love Christmas, and especially Andy, and it's going to be a great season. Yeah,
he's Black British that I met in Sweden, and I can't wait to hear what happened to him from last year, because this will be our catch-up episode with him from last year. So
that's a big catch-up.
I mean, I know a lot happened with me. Yeah, a lot happened with you. So we get to wrap it up with, and we'll see if Angela's going to bake all her cookies, and
yes, we'll see. Dun, dun, dun. Will I bake cookies this year? And if I don't, will I be able to get away from all the people who are mad? No.
Oh, well, don't put me as mad, but she usually bakes tons and tons of cookies. So that's our rundown for season 2. As always, we're so glad you're with us. If you know someone that should be a guest on the podcast, let us know. Angela, don't you always ask them to subscribe and stuff?
I do. You can like, subscribe, follow, whatever you need to do. Our link tree is in the show notes, and we'll see you for an awesome season 2. The first episode drops on September 8th.
Okay, we have a date. See you then.
See you then.